It is time once again for a reaction video to some amazing new SUPERKIND content. I'm coming to you from the practice room. I snuck in again. It's a bit of a bad habit at this point, but hopefully I don't get caught by Professor Joe this time. Maybe one day I'll be considered a trainee. Maybe. But for now, we'll still make our own content related to SUPERKIND. We are going to be reacting to the new highlight medley for SUPERKIND's upcoming album, Profiles of the Future. I think is going to be the album name, with the title track Beam Me Up. We've already heard a little bit of a clip of this from the live stream that the members did, putting together the hand choreography to go with it, which was super fun to learn. And I encourage everyone to do it too, so that when the official song comes out, we can all do it together, because that just sounds like a lot of fun. I believe there were some technical difficulties with the original upload of the highlight medley. So it was taken down for a bit while the devs revamped it just a little bit, and then they re-uploaded it. So I've been very good. I've been very patient. This is going to be a 100% blind reaction. I have not touched it. I have stayed away from players' content related to it. Aside from that little clip of Beam Me Up that we heard from the live stream, I don't know what's on here. I have no idea. And as someone who makes a lot of music content for SUPERKIND and enjoys messing around with their genres and putting my own spin on their music, as I have for their debut and their last comeback, I'm really looking forward to this. I have no idea what's in store. I've heard that there are some tracks that are in Korean, some that are in Japanese, some English thrown in there, as one does. But I am really excited to see what hidden treasures await for us in this album, with pre-orders coming up this week. I think just in 2 or 3 days. So get your dream dollars ready, and let's open our ears together and hear what SUPERKIND has. Alright, also, I really dig this font, this kind of spray painty kind of thing. I just think that's real funky. I don't know what the lambda means for the Profiles of the Future, or what 70% means. What happens when we hit 100%? How are we even calculating this percent? Anyway, all questions to be answered, but let's peek at this together. Alright, J-Rock. Tootie. Anime opening vibes. Stuck on the ground. Get me out of here. Beam me up. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Yes. The synths and the... Ugh. This is a good brain itch. Beam me up, na na na. Lobster, what have you become? Oh, I hear the hint of the original in there, with all this other fun stuff layered on top of it. Okay, okay. We know the drill. Let's pop this back here and be ready to get back in here. Wow. Okay, I'm very excited. So 3 main tracks, and maybe some different versions of those tracks. So there are, I guess, 3 main tracks and different versions of them. So Speed Up, Beam Me Up, and Mugshot. With Speed Up being primarily Japanese. I don't know if there's also going to be a Korean version on the album. but that was listed as 2D. So the NUKE members, presumably, doing that song. And then there's a version of Beam Me Up that would just be the Prid members. And then, like, the main title track version that the members will be taking onto music shows and all that fun stuff with all 7 members to kind of showcase that. So that'll be Beam Me Up. And then Mugshot is the SMMG, the social music mining game that was held over the summer, where players created content and posted it to TikTok based on different sound clips that each of the members worked with, the producers for SUPERKIND. And the ones that got the most interaction and the most views, the most likes, in this case, one that was for Gone, then gets made into a full track. Gets entered into full production. So it's very different from the demo that we first heard over the summer as part of that game, but there's still little flavors of that in there. Part of the rap verse is Sung talking about being a lobster, being tasty food. So we've been calling the song Lobster for a long time. Now we can call it Mugshot. I think it will be forever Lobster in our hearts. But it sounds so good with the layers on top of it. Just a real chill vibe. I'm vibing with it. So I think we have to go back in here. I think we have to listen to this again and maybe pick it apart a little bit. I probably won't do a full, dissection, music theory analysis going on here, because I don't know how interesting that would actually be. I will say, and maybe talk more when we get to it, but we do know the BPM, the beats per minute, and the key of Beam Me Up, just because we heard more of that one sooner than some of these others. But I'm sure once we get these full tracks and I get my grubby little NUKE digital hands on them, I'll be able to piece some of that information out a lot better. But let's go back in here. Let's listen to that one more time. I need it, you need it, we all need it. It's therapy at this point. All right, let's go. That rap is just very tasty. Oh, and those, the synth layers, those synth chords are just, they're delicious. I think the lyrics for Mugshot are gonna be fire too. Just hearing that little bit there. So, oh, we're back in. Yes. Okay. So, also these graphics. I cannot get enough of these graphics. I mean, first of all, look at me. Second of all, look at this. If you just put me like in the frame, I would blend in. You might not even know I was there. I would just blend in perfectly. Just be like, oh, she's supposed to be there. That's normal. You're right. I am supposed to be here. Maybe not in the practice room. We'll worry about that part later. But, oh my gosh, I am so excited. Beam Me Up. Let's get back to that side. Speed. Not speed up. Speed. Super speed. Speedy speed boy. Um, I love it. I love it. It's a good vibe. I'm digging it. Love that it's Japanese. Not that I'm at all conversational or fluent in Japanese or Korean by a long shot, but I studied Japanese a little bit longer, so I know it still quite a bit better than Korean. I'm working on it. I have some giant textbooks here that I really need to open to study my Korean more, but shh, I'll get there. But let me get back to Beam Me Up. Yeah, the 3D version here. Also, I may have to go back. I think we have our track numbers listed in the numbers over here on the left-hand side. So I'll have to look. Because speed is listed as track 2. Beam Me Up, the 3D version with the prids, is track 3. Okay, track 1 is Beam Me Up with both. And then I think Mugshot is the 4th track. Yeah, so maybe 4 tracks altogether. Maybe more if we're lucky. Please, devs, if you have any love in your heart for me or players at all whatsoever, I hope there are instrumental tracks on there. I can make do, but that would just be really handy to be able to play with a little bit more. But back to Beam Me Up. Get back in here. Dimensions assemble! This is Song of the Year material, just by the way. And I don't say that lightly. I'm very picky about my music tastes, obviously. But this is hitting all the right beats for me. All the right feels. Speaking of beats, our BPM is 134, from what I can tell, in the key of E flat minor, which I'm very happy about. Most music nerds have a favorite key. Mine is E flat major. So this is right next door. This is if you're playing in my home turf, home territory, and you're just a little half step away. But this is lit. This is gonna be amazing. Part of me doesn't want to touch a good thing. The other part of me thinks that we can have a lot of fun with this. I've tried all sorts of different genres when it's come to Superkind's other music. I kind of went crazy with Watch Out. I think there was very little that I didn't do, even if people don't remember all the versions that I did. Like, I did a jazz version. I did. But a few different, like, EDM versions. Of course, the rock version, which kind of kick-started everything else. Thanks, Damon. I blame you for still being here. I would maybe be here anyway, but it was very encouraging to continue making my crazy sounds. With Moody, I went off the deep end a little bit, too. I started making mashups with it. I hadn't done that with Watch Out. And I made a reggaeton version, and, of course, rock. The first genre that comes to mind for me, as soon as I heard the first little clip of Beam Me Up, I first of all, I wanted an excuse to use this genre. I've already mentioned it in the Discord server to some other players before, but I think the song would be perfect for it, and I think it could really work, and I'm really excited, except it's a genre that I haven't tried, but that's par for the course for me making Superkind content, is me trying things I've never done before over and over, and then doing the things that I like a few times more, and continuing. But I really want to try turning this into Eurobeat. I just think it would be super neat to be cruising down the highway, maybe you're doing the initial D downhill tight turns racing, your Tokyo drift over here, right? And you are rocking out to some fast-paced Eurobeat, going Beam Me Up, and just flying through those corners. I hear it, I see it. There's been a rumor floating around that there may be some vehicles involved in the music video. Not a racing concept per se. We're still holding out for that one. But if I see any sort of motor transportation, then I am claiming that as a blessing to move forward with some Eurobeat content. So I will be practicing, maybe doing some trial runs of other songs, or trying to see what sounds I want to use in a potential Eurobeat track. But I think that's gonna be the main one I want to try. And of course, I have to do the gold standard rock version, quote unquote gold standard. It's just a tradition at this point. Damon, don't hate me because I don't have any real guitars and can't play guitar even if I had them. So they're all virtual, and they more than likely may be coming from GarageBand just to make it easy. But I'll still be composing stuff. I'll still make something. It'll still be kind of rock-ish, rock-y. But I am super excited to, first of all, have this physical album in hand. And if the graphics are this good, I can't imagine how the rest of the album looks. I'm so excited. I want to take all these graphic elements and just put them in my pocket. That's where they belong. And so that's why I'm getting the album. And then, of course, hearing the full tracks and seeing the music video. This is it, guys. This is it. Not that we've arrived, but we are cruising right along in the right direction. So thank you so much for joining me on this reaction. It was super fun and totally worth it to wait the extra day or so to react until the version that the devs wanted us to see and hear was released. So even if it meant waiting a little longer, even if it meant me staying the heck away from the internets while other players were listening and making content and reacting to some of these clips already, it was worth it to exercise a bit of patience here. But for now, I'm going to again be saving up my dream dollars to purchase the album. And then maybe get back to practicing here. I'm in a practice room after all. Maybe I can sneak in around the members, but they've been very busy lately, is my understanding. Putting in a lot of hard work to get ready for this comeback. So I'll sneak out before anyone comes in and notices, at least. You know, I can't interrupt their creative process and their efforts, but you know, still gotta get my own practice in here. But thank you so much for joining me today, and look forward to reacting to the next SUPERKIND content with you in the near future. Bye!